Welcome back to Marketing Mastery. I'm your host,
And I'm Bruno, one of her creators and co hosts.
and today I'm going to share something that could completely transform how you work as a marketer. But first, let me ask you this. Did you know that 73% of marketers are already using AI tools, but only 23% feel confident they're getting good results from them? That means 3 out of 4 marketers are essentially leaving money on the table every single day. They're using ChatGPT, Claude, or other AI tools, but they're getting generic, bland responses that sound like everyone else's marketing. Sound familiar? Here's the thing, and this might surprise you. The problem isn't the AI. The problem is how we're talking to it. It's like having a brilliant assistant who could write your next viral campaign. But instead of giving them clear instructions, you're just saying, write something good about our product.
Whoa. Let that sink for a minute. Isn't this called writing a brief? That's good news because for most of you marketers, that should be a walk in the park. Easy peasy. Just write your brief to the Gen AI like you used to do with your agency. And if I may, please don't do the famed antinomic impossible brand objective like it should be universal and very unique, timeless and avant-garde. That will confuse your AI as well as it did with your agency.
Today, I'm going to share 5 secrets that will completely change how you use AI for marketing. These aren't technical tricks that require coding or complex setups. These are simple, practical techniques that you can start using today, whether you're writing email campaigns, creating social media content, or developing your next big marketing strategy. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to get AI to work for you instead of against you. You'll have 5 proven frameworks that turn AI from a frustrating guessing game into your most reliable marketing partner. And the best part? You can implement every single one of these secrets in the next hour. So grab a notebook, because we're about to dive into the 5 secrets that separate marketing professionals who struggle with AI from those who use it to create breakthrough results. Before we jump into the secrets, let's talk about why so many smart, successful marketers are struggling with AI. I've spoken with hundreds of marketing professionals over the past year, and I keep hearing the same frustrations. Sarah, a marketing director at a mid-sized company, told me, I tried using ChatGPT to write our email campaigns, but everything it produced sounded robotic and generic. I spent more time editing than if I'd just written it myself. Sound familiar? Here's what's happening. Most of us approach AI the same way we'd approach a Google search. We type in a few keywords and hope for the best. But AI isn't a search engine. It's more like having a conversation with an incredibly knowledgeable assistant who needs context to do their best work. Think about it this way. If you hired a new marketing assistant and on their first day you said, write me some marketing copy, what would happen? They'd probably ask you 20 questions. What product? What audience? What's the goal? What's our brand voice? What's worked before? But when we use AI, we often skip all that context and wonder why the results are disappointing. It's like ordering food at a restaurant by just saying, bring me something good, and then being surprised when it's not exactly what you wanted. There's actually a principle in technology called garbage in, garbage out. It simply means that the quality of what you get out is directly related to the quality of what you put in. But here's the good news. Once you understand how to communicate effectively with AI, it becomes incredibly powerful. The 5 secrets I'm about to share with you are based on research from leading AI companies, combined with real-world testing by marketing teams who've gone from frustrated to phenomenally successful with AI. These aren't theoretical concepts. These are practical frameworks that work whether you're a solo entrepreneur or part of a large marketing team. And remember, you don't need to be technical to use these. If you can write an email or create a social media post, you can master these techniques. Let's start with the first secret that changes everything. Secret number 1 is what I call the context king rule, and it's the foundation that makes everything else work. Here's the rule. Context is king, and specificity is queen. Together, they rule the AI kingdom. Let me show you exactly what I mean with a real example. Let's say you want to create an email campaign for a new product launch. Here's how most people would prompt AI. Write an email about our new product launch. Now, here's what happens when you apply the context king rule. Write a promotional email for our new eco-friendly water bottle launch. The audience is health-conscious millennials aged 25 to 40 who care about sustainability. The goal is to drive pre-orders with a 20% early bird discount. Our brand voice is friendly, informative, and environmentally passionate. The key benefits are keeps drinks cold for 24 hours, made from 100% recycled materials, and every purchase plants a tree. See the difference?
Oh,
The second prompt
yeah.
gives AI everything it needs to create something specific and useful. But how do you remember to include all that context every time? That's where my who, what, why, how framework comes in. Who is your audience? Be specific. Instead of customers, say busy working parents or small business owners or college students on a budget. What are you creating? Don't just say social media post. Say Instagram carousel post or LinkedIn article or Facebook ad copy. Why are you creating it? What's the goal? Drive sales? Build awareness? Generate leads? Educate customers? How should it sound? What's your brand personality? Professional, playful, authoritative, conversational? Let me give you another example. Instead of saying, create a social media post about our sale, try this. Create an Instagram post for our weekend flash sale targeting fashion-forward women in their 20s and 30s. The goal is to drive immediate purchases with urgency. Our brand voice is trendy, confident, and slightly edgy. Highlight that it's 48 hours only, with up to 50% off our best-selling dresses and accessories. Here's what's amazing. When you start using this framework, you'll notice that AI doesn't just give you better content, it gives you content that actually sounds like your brand. It's like the difference between hiring a generic freelancer versus hiring someone who really understands your business. Now, I want you to pause this episode for just a moment and try this yourself. Think of something you need to create this week. Maybe an email, a social media post, or some ad copy. Write down your who, what, why, and how. Then create a prompt using all 4 elements. I guarantee you'll be amazed at the difference. The Context King rule alone will probably improve your AI results by 300 to 400%. But we're just getting started. Secret number 2 is about to take things to the next level. Secret number 2 is the specificity superpower, and this is where most marketers make their biggest mistake. They think being specific means being complicated, but it's actually the opposite. Being specific means being crystal clear about exactly what you want. Here's the problem. Generic prompts create generic content. And in today's crowded marketplace, generic content is invisible content. Your customers are bombarded with hundreds of marketing messages every day. The only way to cut through the noise is to be remarkably specific about your unique value. Let me introduce you to what I call the brand voice plus audience plus goal formula. This is your specificity superpower, and it works like magic. Brand voice isn't just professional or friendly. Get specific. Are you the wise mentor who simplifies complex topics? Are you the enthusiastic friend who celebrates every small win? Are you the straight-talking expert who cuts through the BS? Audience isn't just demographics. What are their specific pain points right now? What keeps them up at night? What would make their day better? Goal isn't just increase sales. Do you want them to click a link, schedule a call, download a guide, share with friends? Be laser-focused. Let me show you this in action. Here's a generic prompt. Write a product description for our project management software. Here's the same request with the specificity superpower. Write a product description for our project management software, targeting overwhelmed small business owners who are currently using spreadsheets and sticky notes to manage projects. Position us as the calm, organized friend who helps them get their chaos under control without complicated features they don't need. The goal is to get them to start a free trial by emphasizing how they can set it up in under 10 minutes and see immediate results. The difference is night and day. The first prompt will give you something that sounds like every other project management tool. The second will give you something that speaks directly to your ideal customer's specific situation. Here's another example for a fitness coach. Create a social media post about workout motivation. Create a LinkedIn post for busy executives who feel guilty about skipping workouts due to long work hours. Position me as the realistic fitness coach who understands their constraints. The goal is to get them to comment with their biggest fitness challenge. Focus on how even 15 minutes can make a difference, and share a quick story about a client who transformed their energy levels with micro workouts between meetings. See how specific we got? We know exactly who we're talking to, what their specific challenge is, what we want them to do, and how we want to position ourselves. This isn't just better content. This is content that converts. But here's the secret within the secret. The more specific you are about your audience's exact situation, the more universal your message becomes.
Let me jump in for a sec. A little bit of human advice. The goal here is not to create novel long prompts. It is to be specific, very functional, descriptive. Remember that. Don't write page-long prompts. They're not going to be better.
When someone reads that LinkedIn post and thinks, that's exactly me, they're much more likely to engage. I want you to try this right now. Think about your ideal customer, not just their age or job title, but their specific situation. What are they struggling with today? What would success look like for them? Now think about how you want to position your brand in their story. Are you the guide, the solution, the trusted advisor? Once you have that clarity, your AI prompts become incredibly powerful. You're not just asking for content, you're asking for content that speaks to a specific person about a specific problem with a specific solution. This specificity superpower works for everything: email campaigns, blog posts, ad copy, social media content, even customer service responses. The more specific you are, the more effective your marketing becomes. Ready for secret number 3? This one is about to show you how to train AI to sound exactly like your brand. Secret number 3 is the example engine, and this is where AI goes from good to absolutely brilliant. Here's the thing. AI learns incredibly fast, but it learns best by example. Think of it like training a new team member. You don't just tell them what to do, you show them what good work looks like. Most marketers tell AI what they want, but they never show AI what they want. That's like trying to teach someone to bake a cake by only describing it instead of showing them a picture. The example engine changes everything. Here's how it works. Instead of just describing what you want, you give AI examples of what success looks like. This technique is called few-shot prompting in the AI world, but I call it the example engine because it's like giving AI a reference library of your best work. Let me show you this in action. Let's say you want AI to write subject lines for your email newsletter. Here's the old way. Write 5 subject lines for our weekly marketing newsletter. Here's the example engine approach. Write 5 subject lines for our weekly marketing newsletter. Here are examples of our best performing subject lines that match our brand voice. The 3-minute trick that doubled Sarah's email open rates. Why your competitors are secretly loving this Google update. The awkward truth about marketing budgets and how to fix it. Notice how they're conversational, specific, and create curiosity without being clickbait. Create 5 new subject lines in this same style for this week's topic: social media algorithm changes. The difference is incredible. Instead of generic subject lines, you get subject lines that sound like they came from your brand. AI has learned your style, your tone, and your approach just from those examples. But here's where it gets really powerful. You can use the example engine for entire campaigns. Let me show you how a real estate agent used this technique. Write a Facebook ad for our new listing. Here's an example of our most successful ad format. Just listed, the kind of kitchen that makes you want to cook again. This stunning 3-bedroom home in Maple Heights isn't just move-in ready, it's fall-in-love ready. From the granite countertops that have never seen a scratch to the master suite that feels like a daily retreat, every detail has been thoughtfully maintained. The best part? It's priced $15,000 below market value because the owners need to relocate quickly. Serious buyers only. This won't last the weekend. DM me for a private showing before it hits the MLS. Now create a similar ad for our new listing. 4-bedroom colonial in Oak Park with a renovated basement and large backyard, priced competitively due to job relocation. See how specific that example is? AI now understands not just what to write, but how to structure it, what tone to use, what details to highlight, and even how to create urgency. The result is an ad that sounds authentically like this agent's brand. You can use the example engine for anything: blog post introductions, product descriptions, social media captions, email sequences, even customer service responses. The key is to save your best performing content and use it as training material for AI. Here's a pro tip. Start building what I call an example library. Whenever you create content that performs well, high open rates, lots of engagement, good conversions, save it. Then use these high performers as examples when you prompt AI for similar content. For instance, if you're a fitness coach and you have an Instagram post that got tons of engagement, use it as an example when asking AI to create similar posts. If you're a consultant and you have a LinkedIn article that generated leads, use it as a template for future articles. The example engine works because AI is incredibly good at pattern recognition. When you show it patterns of success, it can replicate and even improve on those patterns. It's like having a marketing assistant who never forgets your best work and can create variations on your greatest hits. I want you to try this today. Find one piece of content you've created that performed really well. It could be an email, a social media post, an ad, anything. Then use it as an example when you ask AI to create something similar. You'll be amazed at how much better the results are when AI has a clear example to follow. The example engine is powerful on its own, but when you combine it with our fourth secret, you'll have a system that consistently produces marketing gold. Secret number 4 is the iteration advantage, and this is where most marketers give up too early. Here's the truth. AI's first response is just the starting point, not the finish line. The real magic happens when you treat AI as a collaborative partner instead of a one-and-done tool. Think about it this way. If you hired a copywriter and they gave you their first draft, would you just accept it and move on? Of course not. You'd give feedback, ask for revisions, and work together to make it better. The same principle applies to AI, but most marketers use it like a vending machine. Put in a prompt, get out content. Done. The iteration advantage changes everything. Instead of accepting AI's first response, you have a conversation. You give specific feedback, ask for adjustments, and refine until you get exactly what you need. Let me show you this in action. Let's say you're launching a new smart coffee maker and you want a compelling email subject line. Here's how most people would do it. Write a subject line for our smart coffee maker launch email. AI's response: introducing our new smart coffee maker. Most marketers would stop there and wonder why their email didn't perform well. But with the iteration advantage, you keep going. Too generic. Make it more benefit-focused and conversational. The game changer your morning routine has been waiting for. Better, but you can keep going. Good direction, but make it more specific. Our product is a smart coffee maker that learns your preferences. Also, add a hint of urgency. Your coffee maker just got smarter, and your mornings are about to get so much better. Now we're talking. See how each iteration got more specific, more engaging, and more aligned with what you actually wanted? Here's the key to effective iteration. Be specific about what you want changed. Don't just say, make it better. Say things like, make the tone more casual, add more urgency. Focus on the emotional benefit, not the features. Make it shorter and punchier. Add a question to increase engagement. Let me give you another example. Say you're a business coach and you asked AI to write a LinkedIn post about productivity. The first version might be good, but generic. Here's how you could iterate. This is good, but it sounds like every other productivity post. Make it more personal by starting with a specific story or example. Better, but the call to action is weak. Instead of asking people to share their thoughts, ask them to share their biggest productivity challenge. Perfect tone, but can you make the middle section more actionable? Give them something specific they can try today. Each iteration makes the content more engaging, more specific, and more likely to drive the results you want. Here's a pro tip. Save your best iteration conversations. When you find a series of prompts and refinements that work really well, save them as a template. You can use similar iteration patterns for future content. The iteration advantage also works for bigger projects. Let's say you're creating a content calendar for the month. You might start with, create a content calendar for our fitness app targeting busy professionals. Good start, but make the topics more specific to common challenges busy professionals face with fitness. Perfect topics, but can you suggest specific post formats for each? Like which should be carousel posts, which should be videos, etc. Great. Now can you write the actual caption for the first week's posts using our brand voice examples I shared earlier? See how you're building complexity and specificity with each iteration? You're not just getting a content calendar, you're getting a complete customized marketing system. The beautiful thing about the iteration advantage is that it works for any type of content. Emails, ads, blog posts, social media, even strategy documents. The key is to think of AI as a collaborative partner who gets better the more you work together. Most marketers use AI like a one-night stand, one interaction and done. But the real power comes from building a relationship, having ongoing conversations, and continuously refining until you get exactly what you need. Now, Before we get to our fifth and final secret, I need to share something crucial about keeping your business information safe while using AI. This next secret could save you from a potentially costly mistake. Secret number 5 is the privacy protection protocol, and this might be the most important secret of all. Here's something that might surprise you. When you use AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude, you're essentially having a conversation that could potentially be seen by others. Most marketers don't realize this, and it can lead to serious problems. Let me tell you about what happened to a marketing director I know. She was using AI to analyze customer feedback and accidentally included real customer names, email addresses, and specific purchase details in her prompts. She thought she was just getting help with analysis, but she had actually shared sensitive customer data with a public AI system. The good news is that you can get all the benefits of AI without compromising your business data. You just need to follow the privacy protection protocol. Here's the simple rule. Never put anything into an AI prompt that you wouldn't be comfortable seeing on a billboard. That means no real customer names, no actual email addresses, no specific financial data, no proprietary strategies, and no confidential business information. But here's the thing. You can still get incredibly valuable help from AI. You just need to use what I call the anonymize and generalize approach. Instead of saying, analyze this customer feedback from John Smith at ABC Company, who spent $50,000 last year, but is now complaining about our customer service response time, you say, analyze this customer feedback from a high-value client in the manufacturing industry who has been with us for over a year but is now expressing concerns about our response time to support requests. See the difference? You're giving AI all the context it needs to provide helpful analysis, but you're not sharing any sensitive information. Let me give you more examples of how to safely use AI for common marketing tasks for customer analysis. Don't say, here's our customer database with names and purchase history. Do say, analyze patterns in customer behavior for an e-commerce company with these anonymized segments. High-value customers, over $1,000 per year, medium-value customers, $200 to $1,000 per year, and low-value customers, under $200 per year. For competitive analysis, don't say, our competitor XYZ company is doing this specific campaign. Do say, a competitor in our industry is using this type of marketing approach. How should we respond? For campaign performance, don't say, our email campaign to our VIP list generated $25,000 in revenue. Do say, an email campaign to our highest value customer segment generated strong results. How can we optimize similar campaigns? The privacy protection protocol isn't just about following rules. It's about building sustainable AI practices that protect your business while still getting incredible value. Here's your simple checklist before hitting send on any AI prompt. 1. Are there any real names? Remove them. 2. Are there any specific financial figures? Generalize them. 3. Are there any email addresses or contact information? Remove them. 4. Is there any proprietary information? Generalize it. 5. Would I be comfortable if this prompt appeared in a case study? If not, revise it. The beautiful thing is that following this protocol often makes your prompts better anyway. When you focus on patterns and principles instead of specific details, AI can often provide more strategic, actionable advice. Remember, the goal isn't to avoid AI. It's to use AI smartly and safely. With the privacy protection protocol, you can get all the benefits of AI assistance while keeping your business information secure. Now that you have all 5 secrets, let's talk about how to put them all together for maximum impact. All right, let's bring this all together. You now have 5 powerful secrets that can transform how you use AI for marketing. But knowledge without action is just entertainment, so let me give you a simple way to implement these starting today. Here's your AI Marketing Transformation Challenge for this week. Day 1, pick one piece of content you need to create, an email, social media post, or ad copy. Apply secret number 1, the Context King rule. Use the who, what, why, how framework and notice the difference in quality. Day 2, take that same content and apply secret number 2, the Specificity Superpower. Get laser focused on your brand voice plus audience plus goal formula. Watch how much more targeted your content becomes. Day 3, find one piece of your best performing content and use it with secret number 3, the Example Engine. Show AI what success looks like and let it create variations. Day 4. Practice secret number 4, the iteration advantage. Don't accept AI's first response. Have a conversation, give feedback, and refine until it's exactly what you need. Day 5. Review everything you've created and make sure you've followed secret number 5, the privacy protection protocol. Clean up any sensitive information and notice how you can still get great results while staying safe. By the end of the week, you'll have experienced the power of all 5 secrets. But more importantly, you'll have developed new habits that will serve you for years to come. Remember, these secrets work together. The Context King rule gives AI the foundation it needs. The specificity superpower makes your content stand out. The example engine teaches AI your unique style. The iteration advantage helps you refine to perfection. And the privacy protection protocol keeps everything safe and sustainable. When you combine all 5 secrets, something magical happens. AI stops being a frustrating tool that gives you generic content and becomes your most reliable marketing partner. You'll find yourself creating better content faster than ever before, with a consistency that would be impossible to achieve manually. The marketers who master these 5 secrets won't just save time. They'll create better campaigns, connect more deeply with their audiences, and ultimately drive better results for their businesses. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. The future of marketing isn't about humans versus AI. It's about humans working with AI to create something better than either could achieve alone. The 5 secrets you've learned today, the Context King rule, the specificity superpower, the example engine, the iteration advantage, and the privacy protection protocol, these aren't just techniques. They're your competitive advantage in a world where everyone has access to the same AI tools, but very few people know how to use them effectively. 6 months from now, there will be 2 types of marketers. Those who are still struggling with generic AI outputs and wondering why it doesn't work, and those who have mastered these 5 secrets and are creating breakthrough campaigns with AI as their partner. Which type do you want to be? Your transformation starts with a single prompt. Today, right after this episode ends, I want you to try just one of these secrets. Pick the one that resonated most with you and apply it to something you're working on right now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect project. Start messy, start small, but start today. If this episode helped you, please share it with another marketer who's struggling with AI. The more marketers who understand these principles, the better our entire industry becomes. And remember, you don't need to be technical to be successful with AI. You just need to be intentional, specific, and willing to have a conversation rather than just placing an order. Thank you for spending these 30 minutes with me. I'm excited to hear about your AI marketing breakthroughs. Until next time, keep experimenting, keep learning, and keep creating marketing that matters. This has been Marketing Mastery. I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next episode where we'll dive into advanced AI strategies for content planning and campaign optimization. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.